And welcome again. We'll see how far we get, and I will leave it at that if I get cut off again. I've been having a lot of issues technically, generally, lately. Today, specifically, as the energies rise, and obviously this is what I'm here to dismantle, is this fake reality. So, we are. When I speak of me, I speak of us, ultimately. 127. So, one of the main things is for us to fully realize right now that our thoughts and belief systems, our deepest held beliefs, are what is creating our realities. So you need to fully withdraw your consent to all of this bullshit. And remember, not you have to, but it's happening anyway. I'm just here to remind you of what's happening right now. Is you remembering fully of who you truly are, your cosmic identity throughout the eons, what has truly happened, a history free of all the invasions, all of the fallen timelines, because this is what we have been clearing. This is all the karmic shit. It's all one and the same. It's inverted consciousness. That's what it really is. Okay, so keep remembering what this is really about and keep focusing on you. I'm trying to get less of this washing machine in, but who cares? Vanity is also one of the last things that clears. So it's like self-consciousness, being self-conscious, self-conscious. As in the self, often the false ego self, your higher self really doesn't care. Like the way I look, whatever, all of this. Yes, you try to make, a good impression, try to make the video look good in a way, but obviously, by now, I don't try that hard because I just can't be bothered. Because it's about what are you transmitting? I always let my work, my words speak for themselves and selves, rather than trying to, prove anything or make it look glittery or whatever. And yeah, of course, you always want to put your best foot forward. But in the end, it really doesn't matter because it's only your ego that's self-conscious, that has pride and all of that. Being in integrity is a whole other thing. Just me being my own quirky, crazy, self. That's what we need to be. That's what the world is waiting for. You don't need to be some polished version of yourself. I mean, who gave you that idea anyway of what that looks like? And we all have good and bad days, so to say, especially along this journey. And I've actually realized also the one big thing between the twin flames, masculine and feminine, is because they're merging matter and antimatter, so spiritual and physical realms, is that, so I think one of the main things that's keeping them apart is really insecurities. So fears, we're not enough. And we really need to right now anchor all together. I am enough as I am right now. And yeah, it's not just a phrase because you need to really feel it, but it's like you're never going to be perfect. This is all about loving one another the way we are, loving ourselves as we are. This is the moment of total self-love. You need to park all the judgments aside, really. Just let them go. They've been given to you, all of them. Surrender all you think you know, right, wrong, good, bad. Skushka aina tarasana tarate te 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 tukurush kushku. Sa'ata. Let God's source consciousness show you the way and what's the real truth here. Every now moment after another. Even when you think you've got it all figured out, be happy to be proven wrong. That's you being the fool. That's you being happy to just experience life, live life to the fullest, not afraid things going wrong. Because that's when you co-create. This whole paranoia coming up. It's like if you're in a paranoid mindset. And again, I'm not saying, again, discernment and boundaries is different. But again, if you live in fear, you keep creating those realities. especially now. So whenever something comes up, so I can't remember if I explained the story correctly with the window burning down, but it's just a good example, I think. So anyway, I was in this Airbnb. I burned the window down with candles. I apologized for it. The people were very nice, but basically we left the story as in contact me and I'm going to pay for the window, because I didn't see Airbnb having any kind of insurance. They didn't mention it. I don't own a home. Afterwards, I'm thinking like they should have an insurance really for this kind of thing. Anyway, it's beyond all of this bullshit, because it's a reality you're accessing. So there are different realities, parallel realities you can access. So in this situation, for example, could be anything. Me paying up to 500 or more euros for a window that needs to be replacing that I don't, really have as such. So anyway, cancel, clear, delete, as in, even if in one now moment you have like 0 on your bank account, in the next something could happen and you have whatever you need. And it's not about money, it's about solutions coming up. So in this case, again, I handled myself in the highest way possible, going through my emotions, sitting in the fear, clearing the fear timelines, the worst case scenarios, being okay with it, paying that money, blah, 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 all of that. And then what did I see today was her, actually the woman, so the owner, leaving a review of me, as you do on Airbnb website, and saying something along the lines of, yeah, she left the place nice and clean and she was lovely and blah, blah, blah. Nice time. She didn't mention the window or anything else. So, and they never contacted me. And it's now been a month or so ago. So I imagine it's been, not imagine, I have imagined it's been taken care of, because I lost all fear of the worst case scenario. And whenever I thought of it, I was just like, okay, let it go. It's just a simulation. I also felt a deep soul resonance with those people, like not deep, but like, when you just meet people and it's like, there's a little click and you just, they're lovely people and I know I'm a lovely person. So it's like, you just know, everybody's sincere and in integrity, you know what I mean? And then everything goes well. You know what I mean? It's not about me lying, trying to hide anything or manipulating, or you know what I mean? It's like, I'm really sorry. I cleaned the place up as much as I could. It was a sincere accident. Shit happens, all of this stuff. And I prepared the field that they could come in to be like, whoa, because they expected this is a smaller damage than what I then saw, as well as saying, okay, but, it can be fixed. That's the whole thing. All of this material shit, whether it's like someone stealing something from you, whether it's a window burning down, whether it's someone like, I don't know, your car being, you needing a new car, you facing homelessness, it doesn't matter. If you are in the belief that it will be okay, one way or another. It doesn't mean that it's going to be comfortable, but you being squeezed, you being initiated. Can you handle the pressure? Or are you going to melt down because something physical has disappeared? Anything can happen any moment. There could be an earthquake, a freaking volcano, especially in the times we're living in right now. It's like you're being tested. If you can just let the fuck go of your fear of something happening. It doesn't mean that, like, when something happens that it's not uncomfortable and you don't feel what you feel, but just know it's also you clearing parallel timelines. So again, with me, these invasion timelines of not having a fucking home. I should have a home. There's no reason why I freaking shouldn't. 9/11. Or anyone. It's all nonsense. So that's what we need to anchor from deep within. So it's not us going out with freaking spears or, I don't know, fighting the fight, although that is going on at astral layers and levels, and beyond, way beyond. It's ultimately a fight within our own consciousness of you fully reclaiming your consciousness and knowing you are projecting all of this. This is how you're shifting all of this. So you stop playing in the thinking that some cabal or fallen angelics are in charge here. No. Withdraw your fucking consent from these assholes. ultimately, we're imagining all of this, all of it, everything. So it doesn't mean that you don't, again, clear your field, heal it, shield it, whatever. Clear out all these bastards. Still creations of God. But we do it with okay, here, this is part of me, I'm the Antichrist, I'm the devil, I'm Satan, which is AKA fear. 137. Remember what this is all about. So we fully let go of all of these timeline, these storylines, okay, that we have imagined. It doesn't matter whether it's your father, mother, brother, sister, child that you are in conflict with. It's happening inside of you. This is where you're resolving this. I can speak from experience. I've learned through relationships a lot. And, not in a good way in a certain sense. But this is when we know what love doesn't look like, we know what love does look like. And this is what we're here to anchor and return. We have fallen in consciousness as one. We are returning as one. We are rising as one fully right now. It's already done. Done. Any questions? Anyone? Anything? How you doing? It's been intense. So you fully embodying the Holy Grail, the Trinity wave, means you taking no more bullshit, as well as, divine love is all of this. You have total compassion, but also what's happening right now is like you're having kind of a distance, it's not disassociation, but you're having you're not being drawn into the drama. So you're having a healthy, you can have compassion for people, but not suffer along with them. Because that's not how we're helping anyone, by us being dragged down by anything. And you really need to let go of people, places, things right now and your attachments to them, because they're illusory. As you do this, everything and more is going to be given to you. Again, it's not even someone giving it to you. It's you projecting it out from the inside out. It's you knowing you're at one with everything. So you ask everything of yourself. Now, before I forget, I'm not going to keep this much longer. Someone sent me a message, I think an email. I'm not sure. I can't find it. I'm really struggling right now with anything electric, all of this linear stuff. They purchased, I think, the Emerald Crystal Heart and Divine Union activation, which is very good. You can find on my Ko-fi page. And it wasn't active anymore because I need to keep updating the links for these activations anyway. I updated it. If you did purchase it, just go to the email again, update it, and you will find the downloadable link that is working now, okay? Otherwise, send me an email. Apologies. I need to also, right now, because we're closing all of this, I think I'm also closing all of these activations, because in a way they have been anchored and we're here now. So you coming into oneness and wholeness is you really calling all of yourself back to you. So you have to unify right now, again, with the Antichrist, with the angelics, with the ascended masters, with every blade of grass, every mountain, every tree, every person you've ever met, every experience you ever had, every object in your reality. Like literally feel yourself, this is like a bubble around you. You're projecting out as the whole cosmos. And you call it all back to you. And you purify it. You project out the threefold founder flame, love, power, and wisdom. The gold, blue, amethyst pink flame that then for me turns into the diamond white flame of ascension, purification, and illumination. And I just blast my field, anything as far as I can go. And again, the whole cosmos is ultimately you. So you're projecting it out from within. And this is where you get to shift and change it all. So the power always lies within you. So nobody needs to do anything. It's a happening, especially as you just fully surrender to source. which is your intuition speaking to you in every now moment. So you don't want to channel even source. It's like you become one with it. It's not like, I need to tune in now, I need to channel source. No, you're at one with it. The same as all these other channelings, you are becoming one with it. You don't need to tune into any field, frequency, bandwidth, consciousness field. You are it. Like, it's always been kind of a little bit foreign to me, although I understand how people do that. But for me, it's always been this oneness. But this is also what I'm here to anchor and what we need to merge with again. Well, if I have another stream waiting for 8 people, it's just what it is. I try to close it down. I've had loads of technical issues. This is what it is. They will catch the replay. Thanks though for letting me know. It's just like, it's a struggle anyway, and this might end any moment, and I will leave it like that. Enough. So the end of struggle is all of this bullshit, but we know this one. So we are like, this is why I share so much. It's party time. Tune in, but tune in to whatever is present in every now moment. You know, it's like literally as you hold the 0 point field, you become the Holy Grail, the Trinity wave. You're the Gruel point, where you hold, again, the polarities within the 0 point field, neutrality, divine love, oneness, and you keep purifying. So you're kind of constantly anchoring higher frequency, clearing out the lower within the 0 point field, the still point that holds everything within the oneness, within divine love. So everything I speak is an activation. So you listening to my videos, reading my posts is an activation to your field. Everything is programmed to purify, clear, heal, balance, harmonize, upgrade, activate your field. So see the good, the God in all things, to heal all, because it's you. Again, it's not about seeing someone for something that they're not and trying to put rose-colored glasses on, but it's like loving people unconditionally doesn't mean you need to have them in your life. But if they're on the same frequency, resonance, and bandwidth, yes, this is all about calling in our soul family right now, our cosmic family. Call them in when you're ready. And we're all igniting one another. So it's important to have the conversations. It's important to connect right now. 144. The 144 need to reunite, reconnect. It's happening from inside of us. And the love bliss tsunami is freaking here because we've cleared all the other shit. I'm freaking done here. I'm done clearing this fucking mess. So done we are. That's all I keep getting. Okay. So it's literally just relaxing. That's all I really want to do. Relax. Because it's like, until this thing is done, I can't fucking fully relax. All right. Just so you know, because this is for me 24/7. This is like, I just can't stop until this is done. As well as I have moments where I fully let this all go in a really big way and burn it all the way up. But you do need to fight fire with fire in a sense of that, again, you're also burning this all down as the cosmic dragons, taking back our kingdom, taking back our lands. This is happening on many different layers and levels. But it's happening from inside of you as you remember that you're holding the blueprints and nobody else has more power than you. This is all about self-empowerment. Because a lot of everything we've been exposed to is all about giving your power away and like reading the stuff and just like waiting and just like nobody's really telling you how to really implement this in day-to-day life of how to get the shit done. It's just like either keeping you in fear or keeping you, everything is fine, don't worry. And yes, don't worry, everything is fine. As well as you need to get your shit together and make the shit happen. Because we are the ones who have and are always creating this. No one else. Not some little ETs. We are them. We are God creator. Shamala. So let's do this. All right. So forgiveness is the best revenge, because the only one you would want to revenge yourself against is your own self. I'm going to get very my kind of humor, okay? I'm just busting through the shit 147. Fucking done. Okay, so you need a lot of humor. I talk to myself like this. All right. I'm like, sometimes shut the fuck up, or whatever else is needed. All right. And that's how you need to be that kind of multidimensional being. It's like